GITS. Yeah, sorry boys, this one took a while. But you know how things is this time of year. There's just so many more GITS to crop around Grotmas, including more Grots. I mean, you got boys having another go on Cronus with the grand return of War Boss God's Headhunter, but then we got a total war coming on soon, and solve me, who the Orks got the time for this holiday anyway? And you know, that got me thinking. Why's we got a holiday called Grotmas anyway? You'd think the boys would find it to be rubbish, but every single year I see more and more boys getting into the holiday spirit, as it were. But a few years ago, Takeoff Rockers made a shocking return to the stage, and for what? Doing a heavy metal song, Here We Go, for Grotmas. Yeah, look at all them lights, look at them hats. All the boys is all over it. And ever since then, I'm seeing boys and even war bosses don into apparel, so to speak. But why? Where's these hats coming from? What about these lights and all these decorations? Well, these is coming from this little git right here. This is the Red Gobbo, at least a Red Gobbo. I hears that there's actually more than one Red Gobbo, and so me that's the last thing we need. But anyway, one look at this little run and you can see how Daze is the catalyst for everything Grotmas. That there red coat, the long red hat, the white hair squig, the weird fascination with putting the Red Grot Revolution star on trees for some zogging reason, and the general disposition for pinching all the shooters, stick bombs, choppers, and everything else that all the good boys in the war are supposed to get for Grotmas, and instead leaving various boom bombs and the like in the hopes of crumping the lads on their way out. Sneaky little kid, run after me, hold on. And this kid is only getting more and more popular. Every zogging year I see this Red Gobbo making new appearances with new boom bombs, dakka, and so me, they got their own tin board now. And not to mention, this runt knows how to get around. They've been propagating this Grotmas holiday with all kinds of gigs. The rockin' beakies, the bony tin boys that you just shop and kiss already, a bug-eyed boy, and the war boss of the spiky beakies. Oh, I never seen anything that confusing. Okay, never mind. Look, the point is, all the boys every year round the big freeze gets in the mood for trees with shiny lights, having parties, and generally decorating everything that they can using this little git as an example. But it don't make no sense, right? This is a zogging Grot. Why would orks give a squig's arse about a Grot thing? So I did some thinking. Lots of thinking. And I went on to Newsphere and I figured out where this Red Gobbo runt stole all their ideas from. And the answer was this. Yeah, a zogging humie, and a fat zogging humie at that. How? Why? Why would Grots and orks be compelled by a humie to have some weird winter holiday thing? That's like a humie making a holiday because orks had a good idea. Rubbish, I thought. Absolute rubbish. But I kept thinking and thinking and thinking. Because, well, we've talked about some humies on this here channel what was proper ORKY, so maybe this fat git is on to something. So what can we deduce with this here set of Klawz human? Well, at first glance, just look at all that red. Why would this git be covered in this much red? Remember boys, as all orks say, red ones go faster, so why would this fat humie need Wazza? Oi, talking! What does this here humie do anyways? What? They gives presents to all the humie kids on the planet in one zogging night? How the zog is a fat kid like this gonna do that in... Oh, I see. That's why this humie wears all this water red. How the zog else is she supposed to go around the planet in one night? You need some proper speed for that. But I really don't think that all the red in this hulking world's gonna be enough for Claus to go to every little Saga's house in one night. What's this get used to get around anyway? A tiny little kill rig? Using their fluffy flying squigs? Well, I mean, I guess it could work. I know that the Red Gobbo Squig bouncer can fly using some kind of Grotmas Weirdboy stuff. So I guess if you took a proper beast snagger kill rig, made it smaller, and put even more bull squigs on it to pull, that would be pretty soaking fast. I mean, a kill rig with just one bull squig is pretty fast, so 8 would be like really soaking fast. But don't kid yourselves, boys. I know better than to think that this here Claus is just using their kill wagon pulled by a bunch of bull squigs. I've seen them with rockets strapped to their rig. And not only does that make them surprisingly proper ORKY, what makes even more sense is to how they can fly around the entire planet in one soaking night. And how does all this Claus even get into the humie shacks? Huh? Yeah? Going down humie shack chimneys? You know, I was just starting to think that Claus is actually a warband. You know, a weird boy that's been around and unexploded long enough to get really good at using their great green to do all kinds of weird warp stuff. I mean, just look at this, and even this. This here Claus got some weird boy nonsense going on. And why is it a weird boy thing instead of regular human psycho nonsense? Well, that fat kid can somehow teleport from the top of a building down through the chimney to get inside the humie shack. And don't you little Sagas start telling me that this fat kid just slides down the chimney. If the Red Gobbo, a scrawny runt, couldn't easily fit down the humie shack's chimney, how do you think Fat Claus is gonna make it, eh? No. They use Grotmas Weirdboy powers to use the jump. Now for the uneducated and un-ORKY, the jump is one of the best well-known and best used powers that Weirdboys has got. Using their big brains and the great green, they can teleport not just themselves, but a whole mob of boys whoever they needs to go. And that's exactly what this here Claus kit does to get to the humie shack, so zog me, I guess he is pretty ORKY. Or at least pretty weird boy ORKY. So what else do we know about Claus? What news is telling me that Claus got a big workshop in the cold uppy part of the planet, and all year long they's just making all kinds of contraptions and prezzies for all the humies in the world. Is they a warband or a mech boy? I mean, spending all their zolkin time making shiny gubbins for other kids sounds exactly what a mech boy would do. I mean, Yumi's got lots and lots of workshops for making their own gubbins, but they's got a bunch of Yumis doing a bunch of work with bosses, and bigger bosses, and it's all complicated and stupid, but mech boy workshops, that's just a mech making whatever they wants or needs to, with only Grot helping them to make... Wait, hang on. Go back. What the zonk is this? What is these little runts? Little pointy-eared scrawny kids that does whatever Boss Claus tells them to, and then they got to do it. Solve me! Kill me, Grot! Oh, I never thought I'd see the zonkin' day. You cannot convince me that these things right here ain't Grots. I mean, sure, Humie's got rotty kids, but these is all fat with big old feet. But these, pointy ears, scrawny, runty, got to do what the boss tells them to do? That's Grots! Oh, Humie Grots! Got tusks, that's great! I think I was starting to love this here Claus kid. But you see, there's a glaring issue with Claus that ain't making them very ORKY. The distinct lack of fighting. A kid that don't fight ain't proper ORKY. If... Okay, that's fair. I'll give that one to you boys. Watching Santa Claus crumping oldies out of humie kids with a big old hammer just makes me think of the insane crumping that Ulftak Blackhawk, one of the biggest bad move bosses in the galaxy, did with their massive snazhammer. Tales of them crumping 3 scrawny bosses at the same zonkin' time is a thing of legend to the boys, so fair enough. But you know me, it ain't ORKY unless we get some proper dakka. Where... How the... Where... Okay, fine. Even I got to admit that this here Santa Claus is packing enough dakka to make Captain Badrook jealous. I mean, shooters, big shooters, rocket launchers. How the zog have I not heard about this here shooty Santa Claus tin boy yet? What was that? What the great creep? What's that sound? Oh, sword! Lick it, boys! What the? How the?
They puzzled and puzzled till their puzzler was sore. And then old Glitzdakka thought something they hadn't before.
Maybe Grotmas.
They thought?
Don't come from some grots. Maybe Grotmas, perhaps. It's all about them shooty shots.
And what happened then? Well, in Scraptown, they say that Glitzdakka's ORKY heart loved dakka 3 more times that day.
I'll get it! I'll get it!
Oh, Glitzdakka exclaimed.
The true meaning of Grotmas of Santa Claus, it all comes from this humie game. Claus ain't a fat humie dropping scrap on the spot. This is more. This is a great big coconut. A bunch of big rocket launchers, a huge scorcher to boot, and not 1, but 2 massive Death Storm mega shooters to shoot. In Santa Claus ORKY, it's something I've been thinking about. But after seeing that and everything else, there ain't absolutely no doubt. From Red Water to Kill Rigs to Grot's Weirdboy warp, dakka in knots and just how they fought, I think it's clear to all boys in green that of course this is ORKY after all that we've seen.
So Glitzdakka grabbed this shooter and ran for the camp to join all the boys that was rooking near the amp. He laughed, he fought with all the clans, even snake bites and coughs. Then they turned and they said,
"Stop up your kids, now all of you, soak off!" God bless us, everyone.